Showcasing business coast to coast. It's the Jon Robert Quinn Show. Welcome to the show.
Good evening, Sacramento. How are you doing? I am Jon Robert Quinn, host of the most amazing, incredible show, the Jon Robert Quinn Show, episode 29, plus the 128 that we had from the Good Life show. It's the same show. And, it's so funny. I should just take episode 29 and just add it to the 128, but I think that would just confuse everybody. Tonight, we've got Katie Cantrill and Jason Cantrill, MFT. That dude is what is that? Marriage family therapist.
Marriage family therapist.
I know, I'm waiting for the audience to go.
I was waiting for you to fill that in.
Oh, my goodness. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Pest Control Center, pestcontrolcenter.com, 916-344-4400. We are also looking for new guests for our show. We have 6-month commercial packages available for $499 or $100 a month. Advertise your business on the radio. Give me a call, 916-289-3710. Also, I have concert tickets to my concert this weekend at Holy Diver. Jon Robert Quinn, a tribute to Joe Satriani. Tickets are $10. Or you can call in right now and get 2 tickets to yourself, for free. 916-289-3710, 916-289-3710. So segment 1 is brought to you by Katie Cantrill, who is our guest tonight. And she's the lovely lady who has been getting me all these amazing clothes that fit so good and feel so good. And it's so funny because the other day, my wife and I are sitting there with some friends at this little outdoor thing, doing mimosas and the whole bit. And this guy walks by in a suit, and I looked over at him, and I kind of cringed, and everyone kind of looked at me and went, "What's wrong with you?" And I went, "That guy's suit fits like hell. That is atrocious."
I have no idea what that's like.
Hold on a minute. And my wife goes, "Not everybody can have somebody come to their house and get them fitted for their clothes." And I went, "Yes, they can." And then, of course, everybody went, What? You have somebody come to your house and fit you for your clothes? Like I'm a snob or something. It's affordable, folks. Anybody can do it. This is what she's here for.
That's right.
So we're going to talk a little bit about that. So what's new, first of all?
I've been busy. It's been a couple months since I was on the show, and I've taken some vacation time with the family, but otherwise I have been out and about, meeting a lot of people, networking, and spreading the good word about J.Hilburn. So I was kind of doing more Carmichael, Folsom area networking, and the last couple months I've been doing a lot in Midtown and up in Roseville. So
and this the new revival.
That's right.
My gosh, that is the party spot.
Yes.
Holy smokes, the stuff that goes on.
So there is an amazing networking group that is the second Thursday of every month.
I've heard it's incredible,
it's awesome.
actually. I've heard it's a lot of very, very good people.
Yep.
And I'm too lazy to go out there.
And that's okay.
That's okay. That's what you guys are there for. Get all the business cards, give them to me, and I'll give you leads back.
That's right.
Hey, it works, folks. All right. So tell us a little bit about what you're doing.
So in general, the best words to describe what I do is I call myself a clothing concierge. So I'm a personal stylist. I'm a mobile stylist. So I go to someone's work or their home and I measure them, figure out what they need for their wardrobe, figure out what they have, what they don't have. And then my company, J.Hilburn, makes the clothing for them. So then I come out and deliver it, fit it, make sure they're happy. Mm-hmm. And at that point, this is the really important part. Once you know the fit that you want, you have a set profile. And so then at any point in time, I can ask you, are you needing more clothing? What do you need for your wardrobe? Or you have a special event and you reach out and say, hey, I need another shirt or I need a special suit. So that's what I'm doing. So people who are super busy and who need clothing love my service because it's easy and convenient.
I love the fact that, and I'm wearing it today, I loved the fact that you called me one day and you said, okay, so we got you the blue coat, we got you the 2 blue shirts, and we got you the black t-shirts. I was just thinking, maybe a black button down. And I went, I don't have one of those. That would be a good idea. Right. Okay, I'll get it started. And you already have everything.
Yep.
It's custom fit exactly for me.
Right.
It's got the funny cuffs. My wife calls them the funny cuffs because I like the, what do they call this?
French cuff?
French cuff, yes. I was going to call it the Italian cuff. Doesn't have marinara on it.
Wrong country.
Wrong country. this one here looks like an awful towel. No. So I don't like having sleeves.
Right.
So I like rolling it up, but then I don't want a short sleeve because goobers wear short sleeve button downs.
Right.
So you have to wear those with shorts and sandals. Right.
This is true.
So I just love the fact that we got the original sizing done,
Yep.
and boom, I can send a text over to you and say, hey, I want this.
Right.
You know how I want it on the pants, because I'm not going to tuck it in. You know how I want it on the sides because I'm kind of fat. You know that it's going to be, where I can put a tie if I'm going to never wear a tie.
Right.
The point is that it's exactly where it needs to be.
Right. Yep.
I love that.
Yeah.
Now, you do more than meets the eye. You do more than just shirts. You do
Yes.
everything else as well.
Right. So J.Hilburn started really simple 11 years ago where we just did dress shirts and we really nailed that down and it became, a really great product. And then guys were getting used to the fit and said, well, this is great that I have a shirt underneath my suit jacket, but now I want my suit jacket to fit better. So then we started doing the full suits. And we source all of our fabric from Italian mills.
Oh, so it is Italian.
That's true. French cuff Italian suits. So,
Boom, baby.
Is that the EU
Yeah.
shirt that you're getting?
yeah, that's right. European.
Bada bing, bada boom.
So then at that point we thought, okay, this is great. People can go to work and feel really good. And then people said, well, okay, keep going. So I look really good at work or for special occasions, but I want to look good all the time. I want the same fit. So in the last 3 or 4 years, we started doing polo shirts, T-shirts that are custom
I
fit.
love my T-shirts.
And then chinos in 5 pockets. So those are more casual pants that guys are wearing with blazers or just with polos. And now, even this year, we just released a golf collection. So basically, with one fit profile, you can order up to 9 things that are going to fit you and establish that category and look good from Sunday
And we can't
to
forget
Saturday.
The J.Hilburn belt.
Oh, that's right.
I've got my
Yay.
belt.
He has a belt. You get to pick the leather, the
Yeah.
color stitching, and
Yeah.
the buckle.
Yeah.
I have 2.
This was yours.
That's awesome. I can't believe you guys are in the same room. This is kind of freaking me out.
So the jeans. You don't have the jeans that I want quite yet. Are they talking about doing holy
So
jeans?
we do. Okay.
I like jeans.
He
with
wants
holes in
holy
them.
jeans, but what we do have is a custom wash. So we go with the brand, J brand. And so we have custom washes and fits, but we don't have them fully customized yet, and they don't have holes in them. But that's probably the one category we haven't conquered is jeans. So that's why we say yet, because
It's
2
kind of,
years ago we didn't have polos. So.
Yeah, but it's kind of, you got to think holy jeans is kind of a trendy thing, right?
I'm sure Katie could rip some holes in the jeans
Yeah.
if you wanted to
And
buy
wash
some
them a few
jeans.
times
Yeah.
for me? Would you do that?
Sure.
We've got 2 kids. Tear some holes in your jeans.
I'm totally down. You know?
Send him down the hill on the
Yeah.
bike.
Well,
Yeah.
because here's the thing is right now, I'm buying my jeans at Old Navy.
Right.
I was at one point, I was on eBay, I was buying John Varvatos.
Fancy jeans.
Yeah, expensive, and they were junk.
Right.
I'm spending like $75, $80 on a pre-owned pair of holy jeans.
Right.
And then my wife goes to Old Navy one day and she goes, babe, they have them here. And they're like
Right.
$29
Right.
a pair. And I'm like, we'll try them. I've got 5 pairs. I love them.
Right.
They
Yeah.
fit right. They're very, very good. I've never had to throw a pair away.
Right.
Because when they look like crap, they look better.
Oh, how funny. Just go with it.
Because they have holes in them.
Right.
my dad goes, why are you buying pants with holes in them? It's like buying a car that's already wrecked. It's kind of
I
is.
know. It's just fashion.
You know what's funny about this though is we're going into a Bettina world, okay? Whereas everybody wants everything to look old,
Right.
My guitars, you can now buy guitars that look like they're road worn and aged and weathered and all nasty and beat up. I just
Right.
put a guitar pick guard on eBay, and it's all weathered and nasty. It looked like somebody left it out in the sun for a month, and it sold before the new one sold because everybody wants this aged, weathered,
Right.
worn. I took one of my guitars and took a hammer to it, around the edges and like filed it, sanded it, and it looks like hell. And everyone's like, "Oh, that is a cool guitar, man." No,
Right. It's aged.
That's where the world is going.
Right.
That's where it's going.
Yeah.
What all do you provide your clients? Explain your process on how this whole thing works.
Yeah, so I would say in general, categorically, I'm providing, a really convenient service where you can get fit and fashion all in one. So, by going to someone, when someone reaches out to me, I go and say, where do you want to meet? Like, I come to you. I bring the store to you. So whether it's their home, whether it's their office, or whether it's a coffee shop, and I go over what we have to offer. I measure the person so I kind of know where they fall in fit and to make sure I can make them what they want. And then my mantra of 2018 is, let's make you a functional wardrobe that's not about how many things you have in it.
Correct.
It's about what's in it. And
Correct.
if you took everything out of your wardrobe, what would you actually put back in your closet? So it's really intentional. So I talk about, what do you have? What are you really wearing? What should you really be getting rid of? And what would we replace it with? Where you don't have to think on a daily basis what fits me or what goes together.
I like the fact that, I'm an Old Navy t-shirt guy, right? I've got like 35 to 40 of them in my closet. It's kind of comedic. I wear, honestly, like 4 to 5 of them a day.
Right.
Because I get home and it's stretched out. I put one on, and then by the time the wife comes home, that one's stretched out, so I put another one on, and they're like $6 a piece. They're just junk t-shirts, right? Long story short is, when I want to go out and do a meeting or something, I still want to have the same look.
Right.
So I've got a J.Hilburn real t-shirt that I only wear to special occasions that fits me exactly the way, and the audience has no idea that it's not the same t-shirt.
Exactly.
It's the same look, the same image, the same feel, but this one here is tailored to my body, and it fits me exactly as it should, and it's a better material, it looks better, it doesn't have the the fading that you're going to get with the cheap t-shirts and so forth. So when I go on stage, I'm wearing J.Hilburn, which by the way, I wore in this last concert a couple weeks ago.
Yep.
And it made the album cover. So J.Hilburn made the album cover.
Right.
Yeah.
As styled by J.Hilburn.
Yeah. So for the single, right?
Do you want my autograph?
Good. Depends on if it's the bottom of a check.
Right.
If it's at the bottom of a check, yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay. Right.
All right. So if you guys want to know a little bit more, or want to get involved, or just want to get some clothes, 916-704-6955, 916-704-6955, or visit katiecantrill.jhilburn.com. Easier than said than done. Just give her a call. 916-704-6955. We're going to go to a break. We're going to come back and learn more. We'll be right back.
Showcasing business coast to coast. It's the Jon Robert Quinn Show.
Welcome back to the most amazing, most incredible show, the Jon Robert Quinn Show. Segment 2 is brought to you by Pest Control Center. Families and businesses in the Sacramento region depend on Pest Control Center to deliver industry-leading pest control and weed control solutions. They specialize in getting your pests and weeds gone, guaranteed. Give them a call, 916-344-4400, or visit pestcontrolcenter.com. So let's get back into this. Miss Katie Cantrill. So, we're talking about J.Hilburn, we're talking about clothes, we're talking about getting fitted, we're talking about making ugly guys like me look fancy. It's so funny. When I get in my J.Hilburn and I have my suit and everything, I'll go into an AM/PM. I'm just the same ugly fat guy. Yet girls like to look at me for some reason. And then I don't have enough confidence. And then they don't look at me. No, I was actually telling somebody recently, he was saying, I'm completely making that whole story up, about the confidence part. I was talking to somebody recently, and he was saying, I keep going to the gym and I can't meet these girls, and I don't know how to talk to them, and I don't know how to dress, and I'm like, first buy my book, The Quintessential Beginner's Guide to Becoming a Gentleman, and then go talk to Katie Cantrill.
There you go.
Okay, because you need to know how to dress, and then she needs to get you into fitted. We should actually just put you in the book. Okay. I should just do a second edition.
Addendum.
No, seriously, just put you in just with your phone number and website. Just call this lady; she'll get it taken care of.
Okay.
All right. So, odd sizes, big and tall.
Yes.
So we've got our good old boy, Mr. Ben Gadinas. He's like 4.5 ounces. He's like 5'2", right? 5'1".
I have no idea. Mm-hmm.
I think he told me once that he was 5'2.5", which when you're saying a half at 5'2",
you're probably 5'1".
You're probably 5'1".
Yeah.
Okay, be nice.
In heels. Mm-hmm. Long story short, love you, Ben. Long story short, you run into a problem where little guys tend to dress in businessy clothes all the time.
Right.
and they don't have the casual clothes available to them.
Exactly.
Because they just don't fit. And that's where you can come in.
Right. So for me, someone who's big, tall, small, wide, doesn't matter, any size, that's our ideal client because they are already frustrated and they're spending a lot of time and a lot of money and they're still not happy. So someone who just is struggling to fit things, nonetheless figure out what to wear and what to buy, they love me because they appreciate what we can do and we do it together. I measure them and say, okay, this is how you're falling, so I want to make it this way and this is how you want it to fit, and they're amazed at that. And so I met someone who was like 5'3", and he's like, Katie, I have some suits, they fit me well. I say, great. And he goes, but I have nothing to wear on a weekend. Like I literally wear suit trousers. And I'm like, oh my God. And it's because he couldn't find a source for more casual. So same thing with a person who's really tall. I just met with someone who's 7 feet tall. And, you know, you think, oh, there's places for big and tall, but you don't have a lot of choices. And this stuff still may not fit because they're assuming if you're really tall that you're going to be really broad versus what if you're tall and thin.
Correct.
So, yeah, it's just a slam dunk because you've got so much customization available and you get to be part of it. Or if you don't want to be part of it, I can make the decisions. But, and the fact that you can do anything from a polo and chinos to a suit to a tux.
I love the fact that, with the exception of Holy Jeans, you have the whole spectrum. No,
Yes.
I'm serious. You have the whole spectrum. You
I know.
can do the whole wardrobe.
Yeah.
And you can do it in one fitting.
I know. And the crazy thing is 4 years ago, we didn't. And that just shows our business is thriving because it's very conservative. We get good at what we get good at and we just slowly add more items. And so it's kind of like going to In-N-Out or something where, you know, we stick to our core products, but we do it really well.
And I love the fact that you've got a great selection of the different materials and patterns. And yeah, I'm at this wedding and I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to have a shirt like that. And then I'm texting you at the wedding.
Yes.
Can you get me this print?
Yes,
I
yes,
just love
literally
this.
took a picture of it. Well, and we actually just released our fall fabrics today. So not only do we kind of have a core collection, but we're very on trend with seasonal stuff that comes and goes. So we always have a ton of variety.
So what's next for me? We've got we did the suit coat. We've got 3 button downs. We've got 2 t-shirts. It's the slacks now, right?
Yep. So suit dress slacks that you could wear separately with a shirt, or you could pair with your jacket.
That would look so
Very
nice.
strategic.
Imagine those blue slacks that match the blue coat without the coat with just the J.Hilburn tee.
Exactly.
That would look amazing.
Yep. So that's what we do is we're wardrobing, right? So we had that plan from day one. We said, we're going to do this. We have this. Now we need to do this. So we always have a plan of how we're going to fill in your wardrobe. So
I love it. All right.
Yep.
This concert coming up, I'm actually thinking about surprising somebody in the audience by wearing his band's T-shirt on stage.
Oh, very cool.
So sorry, probably not going to do
It's
the
okay.
J.Hilburn in this show.
I'll
But
forgive you.
he actually booked this show, and his band is Anarchy Lace. I think he listens to us.
Okay.
But they're doing a bunch of cool stuff here in town,
Awesome.
and he gave me this shirt maybe a year and a half ago, and I've only worn it a couple of times. But I
Right.
think that this would be a wonderful occasion to wear it up on stage at this concert and
Absolutely.
give a nice little tribute to him.
Totally.
Thank him for all of his hard work.
Yes.
Talk to me about the referral program.
Our referral program is rocking.
It's brilliant.
It is. It really is, because we know once someone knows what J.Hilburn is about and why someone appreciates it, they know exactly who else needs it. So they say, oh my gosh, Katie, this is amazing. I know these 3 other people. So when you refer someone to me and they buy clothing, it's like a tiered program where not only your friend or your colleague gets a credit towards their first order, you then get credits towards future orders. So it's
And
really
it's the
neat deal.
first order, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so I referred Vlad Teleluyev. Vlad's doing business. George
Yep.
Romansky.
Yep.
Ben Gadinas, you've talked with him.
Yeah.
Marcus Wood, you've got his information. Okay, and Marcus would be wonderful, wonderful. I'm saying this on the air. Marcus, I know you're listening because you're a sponsor. So, yes, I did give her your information. She's going to contact you. It's just a wonderful product.
Yeah.
And it's something that we all need.
Right.
And here's the thing. You know, and I can throw people under the bus. I don't really care. You can go to Jose Bank, and you can go to Men's Warehouse, some of these other places, and you never really know where the clothes are coming from, first
Right.
of all.
Right.
You're being sold by a salesman. I hate dealing with salesmen. instead of a business owner or entrepreneur.
Right.
And the product is not the greatest of quality product. It really isn't. I mean, I remember I needed to get shirts made, and I went over there, and it was going to cost me, I think it was like $75, $80 a shirt. It was going to take 6 months for them to give me the shirt because I'm stupid sized. Right. I got these like T-Rex arms and this ginormous neck, and they wanted 6 months to order these shirts from Brazil.
Right.
And I'm thinking, that is ridiculous. And I, of course, had to pay for them up front.
Right.
I called you. You came over, did everything you needed to do. I paid, how much did I pay for those shirts? $1.25?
Yeah, they're 105 to 160.
Yeah, okay, so about $1.25. And then, of course, I got a credit on that. And then from there, they were there, what, 2 weeks?
Yeah, our shirts are 2 weeks, and our other like suiting items are 3 to 4 weeks.
And it's quality.
Right.
It's quality.
Yeah.
Talk to me about the care, washing these things. I went to the dry cleaner. The dry cleaner didn't do anything. I think they came back dirtier than when I took them there.
Which has nothing to do with J.Hilburn.
Has nothing to do with J.Hilburn, that dry cleaner. They took me to the cleaners.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah,
They
did.
stood behind their name. How do we wash these clothes?
Yeah, so the majority, almost 100% of our shirts are 100% cotton. So then caring for them, either wash and dry, or dry cleaner. So either of those works. Some people have their preferences. And then suit-wise, we have a mixture of 100% wool or cotton linen blends.
So I can take this shirt and throw it in the wash?
Yeah, absolutely.
Inside out?
Doesn't
Cold
matter.
water?
Yeah. No, I normally do cold or warm. The biggest thing is not to do a hot dryer.
The shirt he's wearing, was that washed in a washing machine?
Yes, and that's actually my favorite line. It's the non-iron, which means
I have one of those.
You can wash it and throw it in the dryer for just a couple minutes to flash warm it, and then you can hang it up. And unless you're really particular, you can wear it. And then I think it wrinkles less in the sense of wrinkle. If you want it firmly pressed. No.
So, what shirt was it? I think it was the blue one. I had wrinkles in it. And
Yeah.
I'm trying to get the wrinkles out. So I put it in the shower, and I turned the shower on and closed the door, and came back about 10 minutes later and opened up the door. It's 2 a.m, right?
Oh my
Smoke
God.
alarm starts going off. Wife wakes up. She's freaking out. I'm just trying to get my shirt. I have to work tomorrow.
You just didn't
Go
want to
back to
iron.
bed.
Right.
I
that's-
don't have an iron.
Yeah.
Come on, I'm a guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
That's why the non-irons are like brilliant.
Yeah, they're awesome.
My wife thought the house was burning down.
Oh, dear.
Too funny. What type of clients are you looking for?
Oh, yeah. So people who are busy and need clothing, but really if they're ready to invest, because I'm not going to sit here and sell you a whole bunch of shirts and clothes you don't need. I'm going to be really strategic with the wardrobe that we build. So if you're ready to try some new things and invest in yourself.
What does a suit typically go for? The whole Shazam.
So my average suit would be about $900 for 100% Italian wool, and then our mixed blend cotton linen is more like $750.
Okay. So the coat that I got was about $750 for the coat, and then about $1.25 or so for the shirts.
Right. Yep.
And then the pants. What are the pants going to run?
So pants would be like $190 to $250.
Okay.
Yep. So about $950.
What are we at on time, Steve? All right, we're going to go to break. Okay, so, folks, give Katie Cantrill a call. 916-704-6955, 916-704-6955, katiecantrill.jhilburn.com. Again, 916-704-6955. We're going to go to a break. We're going to come back and speak with Jason Cantrill. We'll be right back.
Showcasing business coast to coast. It's the Jon Robert Quinn Show.
Welcome back to the most amazing, most incredible show, the Jon Robert Quinn Show. Segment 3 is brought to you by Linda Grover, 530-388-8393, lindagrover.org. Are you looking to buy or sell your next home? Give Linda a call again, 530-388-8393 or lindagrover.org. So, our newbie in the house, Mr. Jason Cantrill. How you doing, brother?
Doing well.
So, tell me a little bit about yourself. You have the same last name as Katie. Are you guys related somehow?
I think so. Somehow we're married.
With a ring and a piece of paper.
Yeah.
And some kids.
Yeah, we just celebrated our 11-year anniversary last month.
That is awesome. Yeah. That is so awesome. So, what's it take to put up with the two of you guys for 11 years? You gotta give my wife something.
Talking
My wife.
A lot.
Effectively, yeah. I think that's the key.
My
We
wife
talk
and I
a lot.
argue over text. We can't do it on purpose.
Oh, that's smart.
It's the quietest argument ever.
I don't
When
think
she
we've
doesn't
tried
respond,
that.
that means she gets quiet.
Our fights are actually pretty lame.
Her and I have fought probably like 4 or 5 times our entire relationship.
Right.
Like, and
Right,
it's not even
right.
a fight. Like, we've never like said "F
Yeah.
you," and it's never anything like that.
I think
It's just,
I've said that one time. I can tell you that. And you know what her response was? Her response was "F you right back," and that was the only time we've ever done that. So you gotta fight clean, I suppose.
yeah, we
make
just
it work.
we argue over text. She'll be in one room, I'll be in the other, and we stay where we have
I
to.
like that.
I don't know.
Because
My
you want to
thumbs
say
get
stuff,
tired.
and then you read it, and you're like,
Yeah.
That's funny.
oh my goodness. All right, so tell us a little about what's going on. What do you do?
So I'm a therapist. I'm what's called a marriage family therapist, and
I just gave you a tool for people who argue a lot.
yeah, that's true, huh? Just use text and shut up. Yeah.
It keeps people
But
from slamming doors. It keeps people from leaving.
better for the kids. They don't have to hear you yapping at each other.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
just text it.
Yeah. And then also you can read how ridiculous you sound, and you can go,
Yeah, they can always bring that up the next time. See what you wrote, you jerk.
gosh, I probably shouldn't have said that, right?
Oh yeah, we always
It is a record then of the argument.
Yeah.
But
You
anyways.
do that in co-parenting too. Yeah. Marriage family therapist in California is your master's level psychotherapist. It's similar to an LCSW, and they, despite the title, you still work with individuals. I'd say the majority of MFTs in California work with individuals, not necessarily couples or families, even for that matter. And the most common types of issues that people come in with are stress, anxiety, trauma, depression.
Money is a big one. I mean, it's really sad what money actually does to people. And money is nothing. Money doesn't even exist.
Well, that's what people say who have money. But if you don't have money, you're not necessarily looking at it that way.
But see, the difference though is understanding what money is. Money is value.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're able to provide value to somebody, then you have money back. And I think it comes back, kind of almost a tangent, but correct me if I'm wrong. This guy posts a post on Facebook the other day that says, I'm 40 years old, I've got a bachelor's degree, and I work at Walmart for $11 an hour.
Ooh.
And I said, well, then don't work at Walmart for $11 an hour. I said, I'm basically a high school dropout. I graduated, but I graduated last of my class. I never went to college, and I make 6 figures by using my head. So, of course, somebody then responded with, well, then why don't you hire him? And I said, what is his value? What is he going to benefit me if he is only worth $11 an hour? So money is nothing more than the exchange of value.
Yeah, worth. Yep,
Okay,
what
it's worth, correct. So, and then somebody called me an a-hole after that. Well, okay, fine.
Well, that's not worth very much.
Okay. Long story short, though, so people fight about money when all they need to do is just make themselves more valuable. I know it's harder
Easier
said than done.
yeah,
Yes, right? But at the same time, what is your, and I don't want to really get into the details, but when people fight about money, what's your go-to solution for that?
Well, ironically enough, I don't work with couples.
Okay.
I gave that up. It's a lot. It's a lot of work, and it's not something I'm passionate about. And
Okay.
so I got to a point where I thought it was more of a disservice to continue seeing couples when my heart's not really in that. So, and there's plenty of people out there that do what
know
I do
what?
that see couples.
Right there shows your integrity. So tell me what it is that you're, what type of client are you looking at?
So, well, my specialty, my passion is kids with neurodevelopmental issues. So these are kids with learning disorders, ADHD.
Perfect.
I see some kids who are on the autism spectrum, but I don't treat autism. I treat some of the behavior issues that come along with that.
Okay, so can I get into a personal story about my little brother?
Sure.
Okay, my little brother grew up in a broken home. I went one side, I went to arts. My brother went to drugs. My brother was a troubled student in school. He got expelled from literally all the elementary schools in town for doing just crazy, crazy stuff. But because I helped raise him, we just popped Ritalin in his mouth. Just Ritalin. He grows up. He gets in quite a bit of trouble. He goes to prison for a number of years. Now he's out and he's trying to figure out his life. And he's in his 30s now. But I think it all stemmed back from, it was, the early 90s. ADHD was super hot, right? Everyone was talking about ADHD. Even the Sopranos got into that whole controversy. What could we have done, or what should a family do when their child is starting to act up, misbehave, calling the teacher out, pushing the kids at school, doing the things that kids do?
Yeah, that's exactly why this is like my thing. Is a lot of parents, even teachers, think, well, this is just something they're going to grow out of. This is just a stage or whatever. And a lot of kids do mature out of that. But for a lot of kids, they get labeled as just a bad kid or a willful kid or a lazy kid.
And then their hair grows out long, and then they start trying drugs and alcohol, and then they start hanging out with the wrong crowd.
If you have a diagnosis, if you have a legitimate clinical diagnosis and you don't get treatment, you're way more at risk for drugs and alcohol, dying early.
Imagine
dropping out of school.
Popping a kid full of pills is just setting himself up to be a drug addict when he's older.
Well, we also don't know. From a clinical standpoint, we don't know how bad it would be without pills. There's a place for medication.
Yeah.
For some of these kids. Some of these kids can be quite physically aggressive, quite violent, and there's some not very nice sounding medications that help take the edge off, but it could be a lot worse without it.
I just remember
it's
my
sad
little
that's
brother.
The situation, but
there was one day he gets expelled from the elementary school because he decided, I think he was in 4th grade, 3rd or 4th grade, he decided to kick all the garbage cans all the way to school, like 2 blocks on garbage day, kick all the garbage cans over. So garbage was everywhere, and then got to school and had to use the restroom, and the school wasn't open yet, so he just peed on the wall. Is a kid that's in 3rd or 4th grade, right? How old is he? 10 or 11 years old, something along those lines. Well, he gets expelled from school. Well, we start popping pills, and when he had his Ritalin, he'd sit there and he'd color. He'd be quiet. He'd have to go in the room and find out if he was alive because he'd just be so quiet. As soon as the medication wore off, you'd hear he would stuff things in the V-cigar. He'd be breaking things. He'd be throwing things off the balcony. It was just chaos.
Yeah, parents need a whole bag full of tools to work to raise their kid in a way that maximizes their potential, right? So they got to be 3 steps ahead of a kid like that, because if you're playing catch up, you're going to be reaching for the pills.
And unfortunately, my dad was kind of an absent father.
Well, that's not helpful.
I don't want to bash the guy. He was working. He was a crappy father. But let's just say the fact that he was a single father, trying to raise 2 boys, trying to have a house, trying to give us a life. Yeah. He was busting his hump. To this day, he's still an absent father. I have to call him. He doesn't call me because he's still chasing his tail. He's been in the rat race for as long as he's been alive. So, unfortunately, that didn't help the situation, right? But what can these parents do today to grasp control?
Well, you got to arm yourself with information. If you don't have the information of what works and what doesn't work, or if you don't have a consultant or a coach or a therapist help you figure out what it is that you're doing and why it's not working, maybe it just needs a little tweak here or there, or you just need to start over. You have to get quality information skills from people who are using evidence-based scientifically valid stuff.
Why are you so passionate about this?
Well, that was me. I was that kid. I got kicked out of 2 private Christian schools, because of behavior problems when I was. This was 3rd grade, 4th grade. Failed 4th grade, repeated 4th grade.
So you were kind of the student that I was, essentially.
Yeah, I'm not going to admit that I peed on the school, but
no, we would
academically
we would throw kids' backpacks up on the roof.
Yeah,
we had. I remember when I became a senior in high school, I for every freshman that I picked on, I would put a check mark on my backpack, and the goal was to have by the time I graduated, to have the backpack covered in check marks. And that was kind of my goal. But my goal wasn't academics. I got that letter 6 weeks before. Your son or daughter is not going to graduate from high school. And I got a D-, and that was what. And I was so happy I got a D-. That's how I graduated.
When 10-year-old kids come in, or 14-year-old high school freshmen come in, and their parents are just baffled why they don't care about what their grades are, I can help explain that to them. He doesn't care because for all these reasons, and that's important to understand.
Bored. First of all, he's bored.
Well, and And, it's not worth it for him.
Yeah.
There's nothing in it for him. So why would I work so damn hard for these good grades when there's nothing in it for me?
All right, folks. I know right now there are people that are listening that are experiencing some of these issues, okay? Reach out, right? Just like the song, reach out. Just reach out, give Jason a call, and see how he can help. 916-934-2168, 916-934-2168, Jason Cantrill, MFT.com. Again, 916-934-2168. We're going to go to a break. We're going to come back and wrap up. We'll be right back.
Showcasing business coast to coast. It's the Jon Robert Quinn Show.
Welcome back to the most amazing, most incredible show, the Jon Robert Quinn Show. Back in the 1950s and 60s, they'd go, welcome back to the most incredible show. Nobody used to talk like that. The Jon Robert Quinn Show, segment 4 is brought to you by Cherry Frame, 916-899-1743. Do you have peace of mind when it comes to your retirement? If not, you need to have that serious heart-to-heart with Cherry. Learn more at cherryframe.net, CHERRYFRAME.net, 916-899-1743. So, Mr. Jason Cantrill, how you doing, brother?
Doing well.
How was your first radio appearance so far?
It's okay. Yeah.
It's not as scary as you thought, huh?
It's quite scary. But I'll think about that later. I got stuff to do.
All right, so talk to me about how you're helping the community. Obviously, you're helping these youngsters out that are,
that's more on a one-on-one basis or family-by-family basis. But
it's still the community, though, because
that's
one child that gets helped prevents one child from going to prison or something later on.
And that child is in a classroom with other kids, and the more help they get, the better the classroom runs. The less problems families have, that kid gets help. So recently, I'm a member of two separate task forces that are, one of them's was in response to the school shootings. Parkland was the one I think that initiated that, but then there was like a bunch after that. So we're just a bunch of mental health professionals trying to contribute. This is all voluntary.
Did you see the movie I'm Not Ashamed? The Columbine story?
No.
So it was in theaters about a year or so ago. I was a part of that, and I actually flew out to Columbine and did some stuff over there. And yeah.
Well, we know that we know there's these risk factors, and we know that after the fact, you kind of follow the chain of events.
You don't realize the impact that school has on future generations. Columbine happened in '99.
Right.
Okay, I was in high school.
Right.
And still to this day, that school's on lockdown. The security that school has to deal with to this day, they said that they get 1 to 5 threats a week. Wow. Still to this day.
I was in high school when the Lyndhurst shooting happened.
When was that
before, so this was in 1992.
Okay.
It wasn't really highly publicized, but it's one of the first kind of school shootings.
Was that Texas?
No, that was right north here, Marysville.
No kidding.
Close to Marysville, yeah.
Oh, wow.
We were at a track meet at Sac State, and they shut everything down, had everybody go home, and yeah, the kid's still in prison. Not a kid anymore, he's an adult, but
yeah, but he's a kid.
Yeah.
The mentality, though. I've heard that once they, I don't remember how it all happens. Once they get incarcerated at a certain age, they never really develop mentally.
It's very hard to rehabilitate.
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah.
I mean, the environment's just deprived. The other task force I'm on is a task force. We're working with Mayor Steinberg's mental health proposal, trying to give some kind of therapeutic response to the Stefan Clark shooting in the Meadowview area. I was just at a recruitment meeting on Saturday, and that's all volunteer. Nobody's getting paid for this. It's just a bunch of people coming together trying to do something, be of some service to the community.
Whatever you need from us, let us know. All right, if you need a shout out on the air, you need whatever you need, just let us know. Reach out, have Katie reach out, whatever. And this is a community-based program, dude. I mean, where my passion is just helping the community. Right. I mean, I have to get paid. I have bills to pay like everybody else, but I'm not chasing the dollar here. I just really want to help you guys out. What results should one expect when they work with you?
Well, results may vary.
Well, of course. Well, no,
but, because I'm not doing the work. That's why results vary. You know, you get in what you get out what you put in. You know, it's like if you're going to a physical therapist and you're not doing the exercises to rehab your knee, you're just going to see your physical therapist once a week. Your knee's not going to get any better. The same is true for mental health issues. You know, if you're not changing things in ways that make sense, things aren't going to get better. If you think getting better is gonna happen simply by showing up once a week, nothing's gonna get better.
I know. It's just like going to an AA meeting.
Yeah.
You know, there's people that are still going to the meetings that don't have any chips because they're still drinking, but they show up to the meeting.
Well, it's better than nothing, but
yeah,
you know,
but I've got friends that have 5-year chip, and that 5-year chip is gold.
Yeah.
You know, every time he gets a new chip, he puts it up on Facebook, and it just makes me smile. You know what I mean? It's just like, you know, he was dealing with something, and he went and saw the appropriate people, and he did all of the necessary work, and now he's able to celebrate that. And that's what these people have to do when they go to see.
Oh
me.
yeah.
I mean, absolutely.
I try to get a commitment from people. Are you ready to commit to doing things, even things that are difficult? Are you prepared to be to persist even though it's hard, and see it all the way through? Are you willing to try new things even if they're uncomfortable? Because if you're not, it's not going to work.
So we've talked about ADD and ADHD. What are some of the other things that you do with these kids?
Well, some kids that I see have what we call behavior problems. So they're kids that really just don't care much about rules, authority.
That's me.
Kinda treat their parents poorly.
No, that's not me.
They're the kids that are really disrespectful. They might be cutting class. They might be.
Oh, that was me.
Tearing stuff up.
Every time it would rain, oh my gosh, dude, when it would rain, BMX bike at the jumps. Dude, because it's all muddy.
Yeah.
Oh man, swimming with the tadpoles, dude. Oh, I loved it. That was so much fun, man.
These kids are, it's not a neurodevelopmental disorder, meaning they're not born with it. This is sort of a result of their life experience and situational stuff. So I help parents, families adhere to a system of principles that are proven to work better.
All right, folks, you've heard it. All right, I mean, we all know a kid who needs help when we see one. Okay, and sometimes we just don't want to reach out. All right, but there is help for them. There is help. 916-934-2168. Jason Cantrill, MFT.com. Again, 916-934-2168. And again, I want to thank Katie Cantrill. She is our therapist for our clothes. Makes us look all nice and fancy. 916-704-6955. Again, 916-704-6955. Real estate agents, flippers, property managers. If you want to become better, CashCowSystems.org. Again, CashCowSystems.org. Thank you guys so much. Love to have you back.
Thank you.
Have a wonderful night.
You.